Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan and yeah, we have some Total War news directly from Creative Assembly. So they've posted a Happy New Year message on the community and they're going to want to talk to us about a few things. Let's talk about just the intro stuff. So hey folks, wishing you a Happy New Year and hoping that the holidays gave you all the time you needed to spend away from life's campaign maps and instead committed to the heat of battle and the last seasonal biscuit pile. We ended last year by sharing how we're set to move forward in Total War, and before I get to talking with you about what to expect from us over the next few weeks, a quick message of thanks from us. Thank you for being open to hearing what we had to talk about in our last letter to you, and for being so supportive in the decisions that we made on both around Total War Pharaoh and Total War Warhammer. We'll talk about Warhammer first, don't worry. While we've never wanted to be in the situations that necessitate making those decisions, we're grateful for the support you showed us in that moment, and it saw us head into the winter break feeling incredibly energized for what we'd be coming back to in the new year. Now that we're back in the swing of things, we wanted to help signal what's just over the horizon in Total War and what to expect in the next few weeks. Okay, so they're feeling confident. That makes sense. I've spoken to a few people at CA who seem to be quite happy. They haven't told me anything, of course, but they've said that they're just feeling good about stuff lately. So, yeah, let's hope for the best. Let's talk about Warhammer 3. So I've skipped Pharaoh for later, so Total War Warhammer 3. Back in the lens of Total War Warhammer 3, we're just starting to put the finishing touches on our next hotfix release, which we'd like to get out to you within the next 2 weeks. We're largely expecting that this will be the only hotfix that will release before patch 2.4 in February. So not long now to go before you see those additions to Shadows of Change. Patch 4.2 is where you can expect to see the results of our works to ensure our DLCs meet your expectations through the introduction of even more content, alongside changes and improvements to the base game itself. Good. Shortly after we get the hotfix out, you'll start to hear directly from game director Richard Aldridge on what patch 4.2 is bringing and how we've approached each of Shadows of Change's main factions in a series of blogs that covers this new content in much more detail. That's actually really good. They're going to start talking more, and that's a good thing. I like Rich. I've had the pleasure of speaking to him a few times. He's a pretty cool dude. Hopefully now he's going to be a bit less reserved, and I think that's the big thing. More communication is obviously going to help everyone, especially with, well, pretty much all the shit show that's just happened over the last few months. I am holding my expectations, but if they're starting to make a big deal out of it, it needs to be good, and hopefully it is meeting our expectations. There's been leaks and stuff coming out, so hopefully this bodes well for all of us. It's nice to see that we're going to get some improvements to base game. You know, there is a fair amount of audio issues and graphical issues and so on, so a nice big chunky patch would be fantastic, and obviously fixing up all the stuff for the DLC would be great. Yeah, let's hope that we see quite a bit. We're going to read over the Pharaoh stuff and then we'll double back to Warhammer 3. Alright, so Total War Pharaoh. This month is a big moment for Pharaoh. With January being the month we release our Total War Pharaoh 3 High Tide update. Next week we'll have plenty to show you about this free update to the game, which sees, I'm not even going to try and pronounce those, join the roster as new faction leaders for the 2 new Sea People factions. I'm not going to try to pronounce those either. Alongside all new features. Good, so they're going to have some unique mechanics and so on. That's great. I know a lot of people don't play Pharaoh, but let's be nice to CA Sophia. It's not like they had the choice here. So this is a free update. It's coming with fixes, all that usual stuff. That's good to hear, and it's set to deploy on the final week of January. So the people playing Pharaoh can, I guess, have some fun in about 2 weeks' time. Alright, so it's a small statement, but hopefully this is a good one. I'm really, really hoping that they've learned from their past mistakes, because it's really important for us, right? Many of us are really emotionally invested into this game after, 7 years of non-stop stuff? Or maybe even a bit more, actually. And it would be great to be able to get back to that magic that Total War had. So, yeah, if Pharaoh's going to get a nice new update, awesome. If Warhammer 3 is going to get a nice new update, that's awesome too. Let's hope that the updates are worth it and actually have the value that we expected from not only the base game of Pharaoh, but also the €25 price point for Total War Warhammer 3. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let's start a bit of a discussion. I do apologize that I'm making it a bit shorter. My arm is screwed, and the fact that I'm recording this so quickly is amazing. Have a good day, guys. I'll see you all again very, very soon.